Hello and welcome. Augustus Johnston here, live from the nation capital, another hot one. And so I wanted to talk about mass shootings again. Well, we've already, it's like beating a dead horse. It's, these people are just extremely stupid. Okay. Oh, the first point that I wanted to talk about was when that terrorist attack happened in I think it was Paris, where they went into the different restaurants and Trump, and this is when Trump was on the campaign trail. So I think this was around 2015 or something like that. And Trump said, "Can you imagine if just a couple of these people had guns? If bullets were going the other way, that's their solution is more bullets. Somebody's enjoying coffee in a cafe or whatever they call them there. They invented the word. Of course, they call it cafe, but it's just sitting down, lounging around, and then a terrorist breaks in, and do they expect him to roll over like the table, like T.J. Hooker or something, and start firing shots? There's just no logic, and they just desperately want to hold on to these guns. And I understand if it's for hunting or something like that, or even a handgun, but why the semi-automatic weapons? Easy for me to say. Oh, Trump, I read this. Trump referred to, did you hear this? Trump called Dayton, he called it Toledo. Mm-hmm. He got the name of the city wrong. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, Ohio is a battleground state. Mm-hmm. Could you imagine if you're a voter in Toledo, Ohio, in Dayton, Ohio, and you just had a terrorist a homegrown terrorist attack, mm-hmm. Maybe not a terrorist attack, but a mass shooting, and potentially, we don't know at this point if it was politically motivated, and Trump refers to your town as a different town. He gets the name wrong. What do you think about Trump after that?
Are you in live?
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Right.
And he did, so he said it's going to have to be a bipartisan effort, and then he ended up not calling for any legislation that would make it harder for these would-be mass shooters. Rush Limbaugh. So I recently had thank you so much. People were watching this Tulsi Gabbard video, and I appreciate it very much. But I had a copyright contention from the Rush Limbaugh program, and it's interesting because I got the segment from CNN. So I took it from CNN. It was just the audio from CNN of the debate. That should be, public domain, right? It should be, but apparently they have the rights to it, but it was not Rush Limbaugh. But the Rush Limbaugh program is contending that it's theirs. Unbelievable. So how can you make that contention? And you have very limited options. Is it public domain? Do you own the copyright? Or they didn't give me the option of saying, no, I don't own the copyright, but I did not take from Rush Limbaugh. So I had to agree to all these and check all these boxes. And one of the boxes was, if you file a false dispute, you could have your channel taken away. You could have your YouTube channel terminated. So I had to write, they did at least give me the ability to write a passage there, saying, no, I don't own the copyright, but I certainly didn't take it from the Rush Limbaugh program. This was a political debate on CNN. That might be their little sneaky trick. We'll see what happens. if this YouTube channel is not on tomorrow or in a couple of days, you'll know what happened, and we'll be starting another one. So look for me. You know, this one's been so successful. Why don't we keep it up? 11 years, and I have 12 subscribers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Honey, what's the exact population in Denver right now?
The exact population is 2,785,523. 524. A baby was just born. Metro area is about 3 million. The entire metro area is about 3 million. Do you want me to look it up?
No, I can look up. Thank you.
This was an interesting one. New Jersey neurosurgeon pulled over while rushing to work, had cocaine. Let's go ahead and look at the article here. This is from the New York Post. A neurosurgeon was arrested for cocaine possession in New Jersey on Sunday after telling police he was hurrying to work, a report said. Vikas Patel, an Indian doing the cocaine. Love it. 36, was driving through Lyndhurst when he was pulled over around 1 a.m. for having tinted windows. Pulled over for having tinted windows. Oh, I love that. And told the police officers he was in a rush. And he also had those, he was a lowrider. It was a lowrider car also. He was playing Eazy-E. The neurosurgeon who works at Mountainside Medical Center was evasive in responses to a request for identification, of course, and vehicle documents, and claimed he was in a hurry to get to work. He should have really talked about that surgeon thing. He should have showed him some sort of surgeon credential and not let him go. Patel had drug paraphernalia in plain view, and officers conducted a search that led to them finding 2 vials of cocaine. He was charged with possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. I wonder what the drug paraphernalia is. You know, you'd think a man of his standard, if of his, you know, an elite standard, a neurosurgeon, I hope to God he's not smoking it. A classy doctor, you'd think they would just snort it. I hope he was just snorting it, but hopefully the paraphernalia was like a razor blade or something in a mirror. That's what I'm praying. I don't want to lose respect for this man. He was summoned for improper use of safety glass. What the hell does that mean? For improper use of safety. That might be a typo.
Are you ready?
It might even help him do his job, especially if he does it real quick. We'll just finish this point. If he doesn't go overboard with it, just to, you know, bump here and bump there. But I always found that I liked mixing it with alcohol. Kind of takes the edge off. So if he's getting into that territory, then it's just bad news for his patients. I'd like to take a look at some of these patients and see, you know, if any of these liver transplants have been botched. You know, I'd love to take a look at some of this guy's work and see exactly what's going on there. You don't think of an Indian guy doing that. You think, you know, go to, you know, I guess they're just smarter than us. Found a way to make money, prestige, and he's still having a great time. Not like Skinny. We're going to close with Skinny. My dad's best friend, Bruce Wandry, passed away recently, and one of the all-time characters, a truly great guy, and just had the ability, you know, as a shy kid, a kid that was insecure. This guy he always made me feel comfortable, and he grew up with my dad in Evergreen, Colorado. They served in the Navy together. They were stationed somewhere near San Diego, if not San Diego. And you should have seen, so he was not buried, he was cremated, and he has a stone, I believe, at the service was at Logan Cemetery, military cemetery. And I'm glad there were no representatives from the Navy at the after reception, because just rampant. Remember, my dad was born in 1950s. In 69, he was 19 years old. Same with Skinny. My mom's around that range. All the and the talk of drug use. My mom's story about Skinny. This is how she opened there, and there are people that we didn't know there. It could have been. I mean, if they knew Skinny, he drank about a 12-pack a day, if not more, maybe a case a day, and she started. Her opener was, Bruce was the greatest. I was so high on LSD, and I just begged him for a ride. And just knowing Skinny, knowing Bruce, he came through, and he picked me up. He gave me a ride to where I was going, and I forgot that he had a 12-pack of beer in the car. This was a guy that partied like a member of the Rolling Stones, and I finally caught up with him. But truly, I like this guy. He's right up there on people I liked. Just a real fun guy to, his detriment. Amazing guy. So this is a tribute to Bruce Wandry. Appreciate you.
Okay.
Just a second here.